Alrighty folks, how y'all is? Today's episode starts in Chillicothe, Texas. Did you watch yesterday's video? That's some egg rolls. So delicious. Anyway, we're gonna explore some of these small towns along the way from here to Amarillo. So yeah. Join us. Ciao, y'all. So one of the cool things about these old towns and all, you can see where the old hitching post and all used to be to hitch your horses up. This cement's been here a long time to still have these remnants. Too cool.
Little canyons.
So if you guys look off in the distance there, you see the mountains. Mountains off in the distance here in the West Texas plains. Lots of windmills. Alrighty, folks, we are coming into Quanah, Texas. It's a high school football stadium, looks like. And there is a really good state park here that I've been to before a few years back called Copper Breaks. Yeah, let's see what's in this little town. This town has a lot of falling down buildings and all. Back there, I couldn't get my camera out in time, but it looked like a tornado came through that one little area. Which I do think they had one not too long ago, but yeah. Let's see what we see. This place gets your tooth done. How about that? You have better luck in Matamoros. Tire shop, Sam's Car Wash. Now, this looks kind of cool up here, Mrs. Chef. What is all this stuff? Rustic relics.
Stuff I need for my farm.
Yes.
The flamingo.
Bunch of metalwork from Mexico. Ken's Liquor.
$1 million.
Drive-through beverage.
Beer and wine.
That was probably like a hamburger shop, a knockoff Dairy Queen or something back in the day. And there's Allsups, one of my favorites.
Stopped there a few times in our life.
Yes, I love the Allsups. It was like the mega store to get food at before you got food, you know, at all the other places back in the day. Old windmill, some more dilapidation. Looks like there's a house that's tearing out or something there. City of Legends welcomes you. There's a modern motel. Sure Stay by Best Western. And I'm looking for loves in all the wrong places. That's a view of Quanah from whatever we're on, 387, I believe. Yeah. There's a Casa Royal Inn. That looks more like something you see on this road.
There's a restaurant there.
Dutch's restaurant, yeah. Alright, on to the next town. Righty, we got in Childress. I see a sign for the Big Texan Steakhouse. Now, I've been there before, and it was absolutely one of the worst steaks I ever got in my life. I had to send it back twice. It's a gimmick. If you really want a good steak, don't go to the Big Texan. I'll tell you that right now. It's cool if you just go check it out because it is a roadside attraction, but if you're expecting like a top quality steak, that's not your place. I can tell you that right now. Many other better places to eat in Amarillo than that place. And we're going to find a few of them on this trip. Anyway, this town here is Childress.
It's Childress.
Childress. And it's kind of the biggest town between, I don't know, I guess Wichita Falls and Amarillo. And it ain't very big, as you can see, but it does have motels and stuff. And there's a building over there you can see. It's like 4 or 5 stories. So, yeah. There's Top Notch Texas Barbecue. I've never been there. I don't know. If you've been there before, leave a comment. Tell me if it's good or bad. Dumas, 2.5 hours ahead. We've been there many times. But yeah, it's kind of a cool little town. There's the courthouse and all. I guess we should try to check out the main street, huh? What do you think? Let's check it out. All right, this is downtown Childress. It's kind of got a cool vibe to it. I like the brick streets. There's Wheats Artisan Bakery. But yeah, me and Mrs. Chef love checking out these old towns, man. It's just a fun thing to do. There's some old mural on the wall of that building. But when you're driving out here, there's not much out here at all. You come across these little towns, and it's kind of cool to see these. Like this one looks still like it's pretty vibrant. Still a lot of business, mercantile taking place. Cool mural in that building, huh? Valentine of Steel. Furniture store. Looks like it's been around forever. Look at the old neon. Guess we're gonna turn this way since that looks like the end of the road right there. Yeah, what do you guys think about these old towns? This is a salon right there. Check out this. Palace. That's the old theater. Thrift store. Yeah, it has that old west feel to it. What you think? The old western town.
It's a lot like Vernon too, but bigger.
Yeah, I like the awnings and everything. It kind of gives it that appearance. I do need a haircut, Mrs. Chef. Michi Building, 1926. Looks like that was probably a dealership of some sort back in the day. Looks like that was an old service station, now a barber shop. Alright, well that's the town of Childress. I can't remember what the next little town is. Another barbecue shop. Looks pretty good actually. We're on down the road to the next little town. CBD products, vapes, and good stuff.
CBD.
Yeah, before we leave this town, there's quite a bit of it. I'm going to show you a little more of it because it has a pretty long strip here of motels and all. But it's a good stopping point if you've been driving a long ways because there's absolutely nothing in between these towns. I mean, you don't even see cows. So it's kind of like an oasis out here. There's a Thai kitchen, Mrs. Chef. You love your Thai kitchens. You can tell like this old, that used to be like a restaurant for this motel back in the day, you know. It's probably like an old Howard Johnson or something back in the day, who knows. But yeah. A little oasis of life in the middle of nowhere. You get into kind of more the modern part of town where everything kind of grew, all the new stuff's out here. Get all your normal fast food joints and motels. Of course, Wally Worlds of the world. Alright, now we're on to the next place. Alright, this leg of our journey takes us to Memphis. I'm ready to see Elvis's grave and Priscilla's grave and all them graves. Not Priscilla, what is his daughter's name? Is her daughter's name Priscilla? I don't know. Anyway, wrong Memphis altogether, folks. This is Memphis, Texas. Yeah, Lisa Marie, that's what I was thinking of. Priscilla's his wife. She's still alive. Or was his wife, or whatever. Anyway, this is the little town of Memphis. Lots of barbecue. All right, let's check out Memphis quick. Let's go to Lukenbach, Texas. All right. Looks like something happened over here. What happened over here? I don't know. Got a cool courthouse, though. I like the courthouse a lot better than the last town. Kind of a cool downtown, man. Feels like Mayberry or something, you know? Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? Heritage Hall. All right. Looks like there's some businesses in town still open. Some not so much. Yes. Got ink. A few things down yonder way. What? There's the Ups truck.
Yes, the Ups truck.
Ups.
Digital doctor.
Put a park inside that vacant building spot. Welcome to Memphis, Texas. Guessing this would have been the main drag through town back in the day before 287 came through. Alright, well there's our shot of Memphis. Let's get on down the road. Well, this takes us to the town of Clarendon. And it couldn't come any sooner. I'm on fumes. It's time to get some petrochemicals all up in this motherfucker. Alright, let's do that. And look at all these old buildings. What do you think about this town, Mrs. Chef? Yeah, you start seeing some vegetation coming into town, some trees and stuff, because you go through a long stretch of just kind of like a barren wasteland, and right before you get to this town, the trees come back. It's kind of nice. Shot down Main Street. Look at that old church over there. That's cool looking. Alright, let's get some gas and we'll look around here for a minute. Gas is $3.19 a gallon over here. So as we pull through town on this brick road, past this old church. What a cool old church. And I'm kind of envisioning like what this place would look like 100 years ago. What would this look like in 1923? Because I'm a big fan of the TV show 1923 with one of my favorite actors, good old Harrison Ford. Anyway, if you haven't checked out that show, I highly recommend it. It's a pretty good show. Anyway, as we're pulling through town here, and when I first came into town, I thought this was an old church. What this is the actual courthouse. And it's one of the few courthouses in Texas that sits off the actual downtown square. So it's not the focal point of downtown, it's actually just off the square. Anyway, as I'm pulling through town, I start to see some other interesting buildings. And off in the horizon, I see this, this is a cool building right here. This is a church. I like the columns and all. But as I'm pulling around here, I see this old, what looks like to be abandoned school. So I definitely want to go check this out. Now, it is very difficult filming on cobblestone or brick roads or whatever. I have the camera on super steady and all, but it's just still very shaky when you're trying to film through a windshield. But here's this old school. Check this thing out. I saw this. All the windows are busted out. And I was like, I gotta check this out. And this is like, you're getting off the beaten path, the dirt road. So I don't know how long this has been since this thing's been in operation, but it looks like quite a while. And there's signs, no trespassing and all that kind of stuff. Keep out, you're on camera, yada, yada, yada. But man, isn't that cool looking? And I see why they don't want people going in there. You can see the roofs caved in parts of it and all, but man, I love finding old schoolhouses and things from the past. Here you can see the old bridge, which would have been what you'd have passed through. Very narrow bridge. And they built a more modern one, but it looks like it was not so modern. It's been around for 30, 40 years. So let's make one more swing through downtown and get on down the road here. And it is really good to see. Some of these towns you go through are just, dilapidated and there's no businesses open. This one actually has a lot of business open. Check out this old neon sign right here. That's too cool. Anyway, this town, very vibrant and a lot going on. Old theater. And this will kind of show you what it looks like out here when you're just driving down the highway. It's very desolate land. I mean, it's flat. It's dry, it's arid, and you wonder how life can sustain it all out in this area. But, I guess it's rainy seasons, and I guess life goes on. So this takes us to the outskirts of Claude. And it's one of the better, towns as far as amenities and all on this whole stretch of road. Pretty cool town. Let's go check. Well, alrighty, Mrs. Chef. That brings us to Claude. Claude. Alright, man. This looks like my kind of town, man. There's downtown, there's the courthouse. I really like that last courthouse in that last town. It was pretty sweet. I'm not gonna pull through the downtown because that's pretty much it. And this one. But yeah, man. There's an all sub, so I'm a big fan of the all sub. But we're getting ever so much closer to Amarillo by morning up from San Antonio. We've been jamming out some good music today. They got some good radio stations, don't they? I wish I could just put the radio on and let y'all listen with us, but copyright shit and all, you can't do that. But we've been jamming. The treasure chest. Alright guys, we're gonna move on down the road. And yeah, pretty small little community there. but cool. Well, alrighty, guys, we are now pulling into the outskirts of Amarillo by morning, up from San Antonio, and we're passing the Big Texan. They built a lot of new highway here, so it's hard to see from the highway like you used to could, but there it is. Cool place to stop, not very good food. Alright, folks, we have made it to KN Rootbeer. This is our destination for today. Man, this is I've been wanting a good root beer, and this is an old school root beer stand since 1969. And I'll show you what we got when we get it out here. Where's the menu, Mrs. Shiv? Here's what they have here at KN. Burgers, dogs, sides. But they got homemade root beer. And you guessed it, I'm getting a root beer float. I haven't had a root beer float since I was a kid, and I used to love them. So yeah, let's do it. Now there is a specialty item here that is not on the menu, and that's what I ordered, so I'll show you when it comes. I love finding the specialty items that are not on the menu, the secret menu items, and this one has one of my very favorite things for the secret menu. Bum, bum, bum. Look at that, homemade root beer float. And the secret item. Now this is not a healthy meal whatsoever. I don't proclaim it to be, but look what they have here on the secret menu. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. That's right. Cheese on a stick, folks. I love cheese on a stick. Wow. This one has tons of cheese. The ones I get from that one place in Paris, the cheese always goes to the bottom. There ain't very much cheese. But this one, full of cheese. Cheers, folks. Pretty good root beer. Alrighty, guys, thanks for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you check us out here tomorrow as we get off into the canyon, the deep canyon. See you guys next time. Peace, everybody.